Coach, they love their crab cakes and they love their football. That's what Maryland does. And we are at M&T Bank Stadium down near the Inner Harbor of Baltimore. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Baltimore Ravens. This fielded a few yards into the end zone.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number.
And right away, he lost the football. And the Bengals grab it. And he will score. Touchdown, Cincinnati. And Charles, look at the big fella. What a rumble that was. Not only to scoop it, but then take it the rest of the way for the touchdown.
And now you know they're going to have to hear about it from now on. The defensive backs, he's going to want to run with them, do their drills, the whole deal. He thinks he's the pace setter now.
It doesn't matter what happens in practice this week, he's smiling. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Going to give this time to the tailback. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. That's taken in by Henderson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A big one there for the Ravens. It goes for 18. On first down, Daniels. And caught by Henry. 23 yards, the final tally.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Back to throw. Daniels. And he's got the hook up to Moore. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
And let's face it, that what we just saw there, not a surprise, is it? I mean, this is what he does well. And if you don't tackle him as soon as he catches the ball, this is the end result. Big yardage afterwards.
Got the speed, the agility, so good with run after catch. And we're only in the first quarter, so they better get a wrangle and a hold on that quickly.
Yeah, exactly right. And what's really difficult to try and defend him is if you want to press him so that you get him on the ground quickly after the catch, a lot of times he'll just run past you at the initial point of contact, and he'll go deep.
Now they try the right side here. And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. A great effort there. His 4th touchdown on the year. As his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. And it's no good. He misses the extra point, and this remains a 7-6 game. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Down. 60 outlaw. Leo.
Strip that ball.
Hey, lock it.
Slam. Check. Fresno. Say, go.
The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. Sheds off the tackle. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards.
That outside handoff to the left, that play has to warm the heart of an offensive line coach because they controlled the left side where they were supposed to, but they didn't allow anything to leak from the backside on the right side of the offensive line either. Well played.
Yeah, and it created a big run. And here's a throw taken in by Boyd. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 12 yards that time and a Cincinnati first down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Come on, set.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Hey, Alpha. Get it.
They'll set up the throw. Got this complete to the rookie out of UMass, Andy Isabella. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 10 yards there on a Bengal first.
Well, I don't mean to jump in on you, partner, but they didn't waste any time getting downfield, did they? I mean, a nice big play there.
3 plays, 3 successful plays in plus territory. Now this defense on its heels a bit.
It seems like they had something targeted there, doesn't it? It's like, okay, we've got a matchup we like coming right out of the gate. Let's go ahead and get right to it.
And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. It's another 10 yards on that one and another first down. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be. Right? What they saw last week.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately. I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
And a few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. He's got his man, Boyd. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
His passing's been on point on this drive, hasn't it? Been very accurate, gotten the ball downfield, gained nice chunks of yardage. But now, in this situation, the field is really condensed, partner. So if he's going to throw the football, they have to be pinpoint here.
I was going to ask you about that. Field shrinks, has to be sharper, but it's been a good opening drive so far.
Now they just want to see if they can cap it off with the bell ringer and put it in the end zone.
It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Another try for Mixon. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. After one, a 1-point game, 7-6. They've gotten it to the 1. Can they get that final yard here on 3rd and goal? Here's a run with Mixon. Well, he's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4th. Let's think here. You're still just in the 2nd quarter. You taking the 3 points?
I am taking the 3 points, and I'm just relying on my defense here. Show me I have a little confidence in them, and let the offense know, nice drive. Come back next time. We'll go get 6 then. But for now, we'll take the 3.
A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens, because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Now a handoff looking right. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
To throw on third down, Daniels. And that is incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. This is taken at about the 14. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Bengals will take over here, 1st and 10. The Bengals drive about to get going. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Now Joe Mixon. Mixon hit it. Oh, the ball is out.
Wow. That ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover.
Switch.
On third down, Mixon. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 12 yards that time and a Cincinnati 1st down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Here we go, set, 15, line, 15 line.
Back to throw now on 1st down. He completes it to Boyd. The ball comes out, and it's picked up by the Ravens. Some guys just have a knack for creating turnovers. He's got a little bit of that going. He forced a fumble last week, another one there.
And it just drives teams crazy because they realize that certain guys, as you said, have that knack, and they're trying to keep them away from the action, away from the ball. But the best ones have that overwhelming desire, that overwhelming need to get to the football and make it happen, and that he does.
50, plant. 54, Wrist on him, travel.
Mixon with a 1st down carry. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Good, strong run against the 3-4 set. And that 3-4, you've got to have you guys up front eat up a lot of blocks. The guy playing over the center, the nose, he usually has to take on double teams. But when you're able to successfully move him, you're often able to get some yardage, and that's when linebackers have to clean up and make tackles.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard.
Tight guard. 80 weapon. Go.
2nd and 1. Man open, that's Deebo Samuel. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Mixon will try the right side, and he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. And he'll only get this to about the 35, well short of the line to gain. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And that'll open the lead up to a touchdown now at 13-6. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of sixes back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Second and 4. Escaping the pressure right. He's going to take off with it. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
On 1st and 10, Daniels trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. Picked off at the 47, and the return stops at the 39-yard line.
You're trailing, you're trying to get points late in half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with that good field position they just took over with. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. They'll look to throw now on first down. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 5. And he'll take it all the way up near the 30-yard line. Andy Isabella was the intended target.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. Throwing again. Daniels. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 38. And he's given his guys a shot for late points as they will take over in range for a field goal or maybe more. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Fair. Check. No. Fire.
Now Mixon. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. On the left hash, this from 48 yards. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. The Bengals set to receive. They have the lead and the football to begin quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
Ready, set.
The Bengals drive about to get going. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Here we go on 2nd and 12. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. It'll be a pickup of 8 on the screen, and it sets up a 3rd down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Check 15. Check 15.
They'll drop to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked by Tavarius Moore. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Complete. It's Henry. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. A really nice gain of 25 yards. From the gun, Daniels. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. From 6 yards away, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. An out route there for the score, a quick out route there for the score.
Yeah, you're not really surveying the defense on this one. You're just counting on timing, making this play happen. 1-2, ball's out of his hands, knows where he's going, just puts it to the outside. Touchdown.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
Here we go. At their own 26-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. That ball complete to Isabella. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
They tried to throw on second down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1.
You got tape. You got tape now.
They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. They end up getting stuffed twice after that 9-yard gain back on first down. The Bengals bring out their punter now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
First and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. They want to be methodical.
And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off near the 29. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
They'll run on first down. Mixon, and he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Second and 12 at the 23-yard line.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Now back to throw. He gets this one to Boyd. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
He'll look to throw, and that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
And his kick here is good. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. So making 4 out of 4 now in the field goal department, and he's able to extend their lead.
When drives are bogged down, he's been automatic out there. So nice to have a kicker you can count on to put points on the board.
That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. He's going to take off with it. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
57's the mic. Watch 57.
To throw on 2nd down. Daniels. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 44-yard line.
1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
I know he ain't got it.
Now they try the right side here. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter.
I'm going to come back to you. I'm going to come back to you.
Throwing on 1st down. Daniels. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And he's into the clear. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 for a Bengals TD. Well, he tried to get rid of it. Pressure was coming right in his face, and it turned out to be a bad thing.
And it's so easy to be critical of him in that spot. But when you have all those people bearing down on you, probably his last thought was just get rid of the ball. Give them what they want. Unfortunately, he gave it to them too well. Picked it off, ran it back for a touchdown.
And now the offense for the Bengals being called back out as they'll try to add on 2 more. They'll look to throw to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I know they didn't tack on the 2 points, but I liked their attempt. After the interception return for a touchdown, I was thinking to myself, forget kicking it, go for 2, and they did.
Well, yeah, and everybody's scrambling. Maybe you catch the defense on their heels. They weren't ready to be out there.
Yeah, it's almost like a sudden change, right? There's a turnover, you take it away, they stuck it in the end zone, keep the momentum going. Give credit to the defensive guys for rallying and stopping that 2-point attempt.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And following the pick 6, and they had decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him, and they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
On 1st down, Daniels. He completes it to Henry. 16 yards on that one at a Raven first. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
This quarterback now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Daniels. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Daniels. Nowhere there to escape, and he goes down. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
Hey, man. Watch the boot. Watch the boot. Check 99. 50 seconds, run. Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Daniels. And he's got his target. That's Moore. 23 yards on the play. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
On 1st and 10, Daniels. Flushed out right. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down. Second and 3. His throw caught right around the 6. 23 yards, the final tally.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Eluding the pressure right. Now he'll pull it down. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
The 2-yard line. Watch twitch.
2nd and 2. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. A 2-yard touchdown grab as his guys are back within a single score. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Tucker with the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here we go.
The Bengals drive about to get going. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off around the 41. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. A critical error there in a tight game with the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter. Turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. And he held on to it, but he probably shouldn't have as they get him behind the line. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Looking to throw. Daniels. This is caught. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. A great play there with his second touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Ravens have taken the lead. This will be caught at about the 5. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Come on,
The Bengals drive about to get going. And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. Andy Isabella was the intended target, and now it's 3rd down.
60 Pittsburgh.
45 the mark. Switch up, switch up. 45, 45, 45.
Hey, Wahoo. Get it.
Back to throw. Able to find Isabella. And all the way down to the 24-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 48 yards. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. They'll run with Mixon, and he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. He's back to throw. This one caught by Isabella. And he's going to be taken down with the 1st down at the Ravens' 13-yard line.
I'm a little surprised right here. They've got 3 timeouts left. The clock's running down, and they aren't using them. Those timeouts do you no good at home. Use them now.
And he's across for the touchdown, and it's likely the game winner here in the closing stages. So now the Bengals offense will stay out there as they'll decide to go for 2. They'll try and throw for it. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off inside the 5. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. The 20. 10. 5. And he takes it all the way back. It's a pick 2, if you will, as that play backfires in a big way. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Look at the clock. Everyone knows the situation. Probably time here for one final play.
And we know what that play is going to be. It's got to be some sort of Hail Mary, throwing it towards the end zone and hoping someone can catch it or catch it off of a tip. Think back to 2015. Didn't we see Green Bay pull that off twice in the season? Once in the regular season, once in the playoffs. So stranger things have happened. It'll be interesting to see what the defensive strategy is about who they put on the field to try and knock that ball away.
Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for the Bengals, the win moves them up to 5-2 now on the year, and they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Baltimore, the loss will drop them to 4-2 on the year, and they'll look to get back in the winning column next week as they head to Foxborough to face off against the New England Patriots. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.